So, you are a powerful billionaire with a lot of money to spend. You do understand that climate change is a real threat, and if we in next 2 to 3 decades don't colonize other planets, we would have problems with not just some flooding and hurricanes, but also with overpopulation. So you look at the stars and think, nah, way too far. So you start to think out of the box and look at the Earth. You look for a place that could stay unaffected by worse conditions for next 100 to 1000 years, and you realize there is a ton of free space underwater. For you, those who care about, and a handful of others who are willing to pay big money, of course. And how do we go about building underwater cities? Well, if we wanted to build one right now, first we would have to look at our current technologies, finding possible sponsors, possibly buying some ocean land, and after that even starting to think about planning, let alone construction. With quite possibly millions of dollars already spent on just the proper paperwork. Maybe you would be able to cut some corners here and there by influencing great people, promoting projects such as for everyone solution, but still spending way too much time and money in process, like it or not. But you were stubborn. You have already chosen the area, you have gone through most of bureaucracy needed to start the project, but you can't build first underwater city alone. You need a team, best of the best. Scientists from all fields of research have to come and work for you, either by you paying them or selling them on a promise of safe haven when world collapses. With them working around the clock just on a drawing board to ensure yours and their safety, you can now make some money back. By creating fundraisers, letting rich and powerful and secret pre-order housing in your cities, and spreading propaganda about how everyone can be safe underwater for low cost of only a couple of thousands of dollars, while simultaneously encouraging people to donate all their current savings to your pockets. And also possibly attracting new, smart people to your cause for possibly less money. How are you going to go about planning your cities on you? But in my case, I would definitely use inspiration from nuclear submarines, which can self-sustain years underwater without outside help, exploring possibilities of underwater domes, and analyzing and discussing fictional architecture from, for example, Rapture or Subnautica, for sake of some cool pop culture references here and there, and in 3 years you should have enough research to start with first testing on small scale, creating first livable habitats, letting reporters to create stories about how you want only the best for humanity and showing how much progress you made, showing the world that your project is not a scam, and while that encouraging more donations, while also opening first official pre-orders and letting people to think that it's for them. Now, don't get me wrong, if your intentions are really to save all of the humanity, create underwater utopia, I'm not stopping you. But you as a creator, you and those who added the most to the cause, should get some compensation. Maybe in form of having better living than others? Sure, everyone can still live in flats and work in artificial parks underwater, but why should you? You can choose to live wherever you want. You should buy more on-land properties, as much as you can preferably, from those who already stay they want to fully live underwater. But what else can you do to make others to think the same? The project, if tests go right, should be done in 5 to 10 years with first underwater colonies, expecting everything goes smooth. But you can't let it only on lady luck and hope. You can help it. Your goal is that the most of population would want to, no, would need to donate their money and buy living for them and their family in your cities. But that is not going to happen just like that, like a snap. You should try to encourage media to spread lies about how world will become unlivable by the time you finish your cities, while paying those in power to either spread the word that your way is only solution. If they are not convinced and see through your propaganda, then let's try them to turn a blind eye, thus making people fear for their lives, at the same time showing them the solution to all their problems with Wall-E-like lifestyle at the end. Doing all this properly in about 15 years, results should start to come up according to the way you played your cards. For example, some possibilities could be a perfect underwater utopia where everyone is happy, while you can now do whatever you want both on land, because it's people free, and on water because you own everything. Or in other case, world would be split in two, where one half still lives on land while the other underwater. Whether the rich and powerful would live on land and poor underwater or swapped out, it's up to you and planet Earth, I guess. Or the third possibility, maybe Elon with SpaceX or other space giant was able to get us to the moon and Mars and render underwater cities useless. Or the whole thing collapsed and you just took all their money and in the shadows. Either way, you would most likely made a lot of money back or even then some, while you create cool underwater architecture while at it. Welcome viewers, how many of you there might be? You can see those numbers, I can see those numbers, everybody can. So if you end up inspired or liking this video, please click the like and subscribe. It is the best way of letting me know how you feel about my videos. And if you want to engage in comments below with discussion with me, feel free. Goodbye.